Hello everyone. So far we have seen what is the Stokes law. As we have started our third chapter. This Stokes law forms the basis of theory of sedimentation. Depending on this theory of sedimentation, we have developed a certain instrument so as to perform the sedimentation analysis, that is nothing but a hydrometer. In today's session, we are going to see theory of sedimentation. Before explaining this theory of sedimentation, I will explain you how do we prepare a soil suspension so as to conduct the sedimentation analysis. So as to perform this sedimentation analysis, we will require a soil suspension of 1000 ml, that is nothing but 1 liter. This soil suspension will consist of three things. First, the soil mass which is passing to the 75 micron sieve, that is nothing but the fines, a dispersion agent or deflocculating agent so as to avoid the formation of the floc, and water. So these three constituent will form a soil suspension. So when we perform this sedimentation analysis, this soil suspension will be thoroughly mixed. So as it is mixed thoroughly, all the size particle will be present throughout the depth of the jar or throughout the depth of this soil suspension. Let's consider this particular soil suspension. As I have already said, at the starting of this sedimentation analysis, the soil suspension is thoroughly mixed, and because of that, all the particles will be present at all the levels. Okay, so for this particular soil suspension, there are three particle sizes. So at the starting of this sedimentation analysis, at each and every level, there are two particles for each size. We have seen in the Stokes law that the settling velocity or the terminal velocity of a particle which is settling in a fluid of infinite extent is directly proportional to its diameter square, that is V is directly proportional to D square. Okay, so depending on this, definitely their velocities or their settling velocities will be in a ratio of 1:2:3. So suppose the first particles is settling with the velocity of v1, then the second particle will settle with the velocity of 2v1, third particle will settle with the velocity of 3v1. Suppose we have these two different particles. This particle has its certain diameter. Depending on the Stokes law, it will have certain terminal velocity and that will travel certain distance in time t. But the another particle which is at the same level, if it has same diameter as this one, that is also going to have same terminal velocity and it will cover same distance as it has covered. So what do I want to say is that the concentration of these particles is going to remain same, only their level has changed. So this is only applicable when the particle sizes are same. But if the particle sizes are different, then their terminal velocities will be different and their level reached by certain time will also be different. So suppose this smallest particle is traveling distance h in certain time t, then the second particle which is having velocity of 2v1 as compared to first one, that will travel by distance 2h, and the third one which is having larger size will travel by the distance 3h. So let us see how many particles are going to settle in that certain time t. So these particles which are already at level E, okay, they are already at the bottom of the suspension, so they are not going to travel. So they will be at the bottom of suspension like this. The largest particle which is at level AA, okay, will be having velocity 3v1, so it is going to travel by distance 3h. So let us see up to what level it will reach. Okay, so this is h, again this addition, so it becomes 2h and this is 3h. Okay, so the new level of this solid particle will be this one. The largest particle which are already at the level B, they are also going to travel by the distance 3h. So let us see how they will travel. This is h, again addition of H, that is 2H, and this is 3H. Okay, so these particles which are at level B, they will settle in a time t. So because they have already reached to the bottom of this suspension, so it will be like this. Largest particle which are at level Cc, they will also travel by the distance 3h. Okay, so let us see how they will travel. So this is H, again this is 2H, again that is 3H. Okay, so the particle which are at the level C, if they travel by the distance 3H, then they will already have reached to its bottom of the suspension. Okay, because this the distance between C to E, the difference between the level C and E is only 2H. Okay, so that's why they will settle. As the particle which are at level C will settle, just like that the particle which are at the D, they will also settle. So that's why. So the particle which are at the level B and which are below the level B will settle. Okay, in case of a largest diameter. So in case of the intermediate particle which is having velocity 2v1, okay, let us see what happens with them. So let us consider this particle at level D. Okay, they will travel the distance of 2h. So this is h plus 2h. Okay, so it is already out of the suspension, so that's why definitely these particles are going to settle. Okay, so this is the settlement of the particle at level D. The particle at level C, they will travel by the distance 2h. So this is h plus addition of h, so it is 2h. So they will reach to the bottom of the suspension. So it means that the particle which are at the level of a C, they will settle. The particle which is at level B, that is also going to travel by distance 2h. So h plus h. Okay, so the new level of the particle which are at the B will be level D. Okay, so it will be like this. Now the particle which are at the top of the suspension, okay, so they are going to travel by the distance 2h. So this is h, again addition of h. So the new level of the particle which are at the level A will be level C. So it will be like this. In case of a first particle, the first particle which is smallest in a size will travel with the smaller velocity, that is nothing but the v1. So the particle at D will travel by distance h and it will settle at the bottom of the suspension like this. As all of these particles which are smaller in a size can travel by distance h only, so the particle which is at the level C will go to the level D. The particle which is at level B will go to the level C, and the particle which is at the level A will go to the level B. Okay, so this will be the situation after certain time t in sedimentation analysis. So, depending on this theory of sedimentation, we can find out the percentage finder like this: n is equal to md divided by ms multiplied by 100, where ms is nothing but the mass of soil particles per ml suspension at the beginning of sedimentation, while md is nothing but the mass of soil particles per ml suspension after certain time t at depth he. We can also find out the particle size for this particular percentage finer, like d is equal to m multiplied by he upon t. Basically, this equation we have derived in a Stokes law. Okay. So this m is nothing but the constant, and that depends on characteristic of a soil suspension, and this he and t is nothing but the depth, and t is nothing but that certain time. Actually, we have relation between the hydrometer reading and the percentage finer. Okay, so while performing the sedimentation analysis, depending on this hydrometer reading, we can find out this percentage finer, and depending on this hydrometer reading also, we can find out this particle size. Okay, so based on this, we have developed a hydrometer, that is nothing but an instrument that is used for sedimentation analysis. So that's all for today. This was the short video which explains theory of sedimentation. In the next lecture, we will see hydrometer method. Thank you so much.